large-scale, broader impact of this project is that the model we propose for creating a research team using both traditional ecological knowledge and Western scientific ways of knowing could serve as a model for all climate change research. Understanding and valuing various dimensions of traditional wisdom and incorporating its spirit into policies based on both traditional ecological knowledge and Western science could improve the chances of mitigating destructive impacts of climate change. Traditional ecological knowledge directly influences the state of mind, which influences the state of society, and which in turn influences the state of the environment.
One thing I noticed was our weather, we used to get snow way up here, almost past top of our cars. We'd have to shovel to go get water, to go any place.
There's a lot of changes. I feel like
Yes.
civilization has
Yes.
done it all. You know, they say construction, but to me it's obstruction. I mean, it just bugs me to see them plow field clear up into the mountains, you know, because to me that affects the food for the animals. But they go up as high as they can on dry farming and everything. I don't know, I just feel like it's destruction. But and it's all for money, you know. I don't feel like Mother Nature is just being destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there may not be a value placed on the way things are naturally. That there's an economic or money-based.
I was going to Idaho last week, and usually in June, oh, the flowers are just pretty. No flowers at all. There were some yellow ones that probably those buttercups, I don't know. But that's all I saw. They used to have blue, red, Indian paintbrush, nothing.
Nothing now this year.
I just couldn't believe it because I always go back and forth, but nothing.
These were up in the hills? or
Tetons.
In the Tetons?
Mm-hmm. Togety Pass and all the way over.
During Memorial Day too, we pick our own flowers, our old Indian flowers. We looked for some this year. There's none whatsoever.
There isn't any.
This year?
Nothing.
Is it because the wood isn't
Civilization, I
there?
keep saying, because, you know, they used to help each other. It's not there. It's greed and money and all that has taken place.
Accumulation.
It's just,
yeah.
it's to me, it's just ruined families. Another thing is they spray, like choke cherries alongside the road. And I had a cousin that I know died, you know, I think it was from all that because they never used to spray. And then they start spraying, and then the families don't know it. They gather them and take them home, eat them, you know.
Without washing them first.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So there's just so many things that I feel like has ruined everything.
So it's hard to separate the things that are changing naturally from the things that have been changed because of things humans have done, because there's a monetary value now on some of these natural things. So that's hard to separate.
I think a lot of it is, like she said, the spring. If you notice the spring, there is hardly any butterflies.
Yes.
There's no bees, hardly any moths.
Nothing.
I used to see a lot of little white butterflies around my house because, you know, when you water there. And we haven't even had no birds. Used to wake up and hear them
Yeah.
really singing. See them building a nest. Even in our clothesline, we had a hole. We used to have a bluebird that used to build her nest there. I haven't seen that thing for 2 years. It's just, everything's just changed.
I think another thing happening is with all this climate change, we've got more sickness today. Like, you know, we had the powwow and everything. And in our family, we've got kids with sore throats, with fever. I had one last night that's been just normal and healthy. And she was burning up last night. But it's been going through the whole family. I've had a daughter and a son that's been coughing for months. Real bad. In fact, he had to go to emergency because it was so bad. They thought that maybe he had a blood clot. They thought all kinds of things. But they didn't know. I had a little great-granddaughter that went to the hospital last week. They couldn't find out what was wrong with her. She's only a month old. I think we just accept
Our day by day,
daily life
daily lives, you know.
anymore, you know, because I don't feel like before, you know, we used to like say store wood, store different things, you know, to save, and it's just really not like that anymore.
Like it's
Because
Changed.
you don't know if it's going to snow. Maybe not. We won't have a big winter this year.
You can't predict what's going to happen. Like
So it's-
before, you would kind of been
Yeah.
know what's going to happen. Like if there's little bit berries, it's going to be a hard winter. If there's a lot of berries, it's going to be a hard winter.
Mm-hmm.
Little berries, mild winter.
Mild one, yep.
And then this year, you don't see no buffalo berries, you don't see
Nothing.
no chokecherries, currants, nothing. I've just been driving around looking for at least. And that one little tree up here by Wind River that used to have a lot of plums,
Uh-huh.
nothing on it.
Nothing, I know.
And I went up that way looking for buffalo berries, nothing. Used to see it from the road. And it's all due to that spraying, huh?
That's what I think.
I wish they'd quit that. I wish they would just quit spraying. What are they spraying for?
They say mosquitoes. There's no
Oh, no.
mosquitoes.
It's just a big farce to give that person the job to go out and destroy whatever that's there.
Anything you notice about the natural, you remembered about the natural environment that isn't there now, or that's different now?
The water that used to run along the roads and the hills. They used to be, might as well say grass. Today they're just rocks. And all the trees are gone from when I used to live up there. There used to be a lot of trees, but now there's homes built all over, and a lot of them probably will